All right, the title of your notes is going to be section 5.13, area of polygons. Area of polygons. And this is on the composition, and decomposition of polygons. Section 5.13, area of polygons, composition and decomposition. So what you need to know is, what does decomposition mean? What does decomposition mean? Well, decomposition just means to decompose. Decompose, or break apart. Break apart. So you're going to break something apart. If you decompose something, you break it apart. Now, you also need to know what composition means. Composition. To compose something means to put back together. To compose something means to put back together. So if you compose something, you're putting it back together. Okay? So today, what we're going to see is, for example, a rectangle. So we'll take a look at a rectangle, and we know that, your height is 11 and your base is 13 inches. All right, so we know that base times height equals, 13 times 11. All right, and then of course when you work that out, 13 times 11, on there, 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, you should get 143 inches squared. Area equals 143 inches squared. So that's when we're looking at, a rectangle. Now for a triangle, we know for a triangle, all right, go ahead and put your right angle sign in there. That's a right angle on there. That is right. And then you put a 6 for the base, and let's say the height's 10. All right, so you know that area equals base times height divided by 2. Okay? So what we do, we know our base is 6, our height is 10, and we divide that by 2. So you just multiply. That gives you 60 divided by 2, and your area is 30 inches squared. Area equals 30 inches squared. That's it. So, today what you'll see is something like this. So just go and draw out a rectangle here. We'll go a little bit wider right here, and we'll bring it back down. All right, so you'll see something like this today where you're given a few units. Here's 6 units, here's 8 units, here's 2 units, here's 3 units. So what we do is we're given a couple units, but what we need to do is break it down. We need a decomposition. We need to see that decompose process taking place. So what we can do here is we can really kind of guess what those other sections are right on over here and right over here just by breaking it down. So here we know this makes a square. 2 times 3. Right here, 2 times 3 gives you 6 inches. We'll say these are in inches. And then right here we know this whole entire side right here is 6, but we know this is a little bit smaller. So this is where it ends. So we know 6, we can take 6 minus 2, and that gives us 4 for that. So now what we can do is we can now find this area right here, because we did 2 times 3, that gives you 6. Here we can do 8 times 4, and that gives you 32. So 8 times 4 gives us 32. 6 plus 32, 6 plus 32 equals 38 inches squared. The area of this shape is 38 inches squared. That's it. So, there's 3 simple steps to decompose and compose. Decompose and compose. On there, step 1 would be to label shape with units. Label shape with units. So just like what we did here, we labeled the shape with units. Step 2 is break apart shape. break apart shape. So that dotted line right here, we broke it up into a shape where we could find that surface area. Find that surface area. And of course, you probably guessed it. That last one is find area. Find your area. So you'll just find the area in shape 1 and shape 2. That gives you the full area of that full shape. That's it. So let's see what this looks like. Number 1, just go ahead and draw the shape. Let's go down about 3 lines. And we'll go about right there. Come back up. And back down. All right, so it kind of looks like a U, a box U. We know this is 3 meters. This is 3 meters. This is 4 meters. This is 8 meters. And this one's 9 meters. Perfect. So what we need to do is label shape with units. You just did that. Step 1's done. Step 2 is break apart shape. So what would make it easy? Well, this would make it easy. Putting a dotted line there and a dotted line right there. So let's try to find that surface area. Here you can find the surface area of a square. 3 times 4 gives you 12. Here's another one. 3 times 4 gives you 12. So we have 3 times 4 gives you 12 plus right here, that's 1. 3 times 4, that gives you 12. And then of course, right here, how do you find this height right here? Well, this is 9 and this is 4. So 9 minus 4, that gives you 5 meters for that side. Plus 8 times 5, that gives you 40. So when you add 12 plus 12 plus 40, you get 64 meters squared. 64 meters squared is your answer. That's it. Let's see another one. Number 2 is something that looks like 2 rectangles on top of each other. So we know this is 3, this is 3, this is 3 right there, and this is 2. All right. So let's just go and find out this area. Step 1, label it with the numbers. We just did that. We just labeled with the numbers. So go ahead and make the shape, break it apart. There we go. We know 3 times 3, 3 times 3, that will give you 9. That will give you 9. And then, of course, right here, this long side, this is going to be a 9. And this is all in inches. So we know 2 times 9, that gives you 18. 2 times 9 is 18. So 9 plus 18 gives you 27 inches squared. 27 inches squared is your answer. That's it. Let's see another one. Let's see another one. Number 3 is a triangle just like that. And this side is also going to come straight up right there. And then it's going to come in. All right, so it's going to be a triangle and then another triangle here. So go ahead and draw a dotted line on here because we know this height right here is 5 and the base is 8. And then right here, this base is 5 on here and this is 4. All right, so we have 2 triangles here. We know we have 1/2 or base times height divided by 2. So right here we have base 8, height 5 divided by 2 gives you 40 divided by 2. That is 20. Then we just have this one right here. We know that this right here, our base times height divided by 2. Our base is 5. Our height is 4. And we divide by 2. That gives you 20 divided by 2. Well, 20 divided by 2, that's easy. That's just 10. So 20 plus 10 gives you 30 inches, since this is in inches, squared. 30 inches squared is your answer. That's it. Let's see another one. This is number 4. This one, just go and draw a straight box right there. And then this is just going to come down just a hair. and it will connect. Perfect. On there, it looks good. So we know this top is 4. We know this side is 3. This long side is 6. And this guy is 1 inch right there. That's 1 inch. All right, step 1's done. Step 2, break apart shape. So just go ahead and break apart the shape. There's an easy way to do it right there. So we have to find out what this length is. So we know this full length. So we know that full length is 6. Well, we do know this is 3. So that's pretty easy. 6 minus 3 will give us that length. That is 3 inches. That is 3 inches. 1 times 3 gives you 3. 1 times 3, that is 3 inches squared. And of course, what do we have left? 3 times 5. 3 times 5, that gives you 15 inches squared. 3 plus 15 equals 18 inches squared. 18 inches squared is your answer. That's it. That's it. Go and try numbers 5, 6 on your own. Go and try numbers 5 and 6 on your own. Number 5 is on here. Number 5 is, it looks like a house. It's a triangle and a tall rectangle. All right. So we know that this height right here is 10. And this is 12, and this is 10. All right, that's number 5. And then number 6 is a longer rectangle. And it'll go straight out. And come on down. It will go out a little bit. Come on back. And this last part actually comes down a little bit, then comes back up. So we know this is 5, this is 4, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 1. That is 1. So, take a look, and on this, go ahead and break these apart and find the areas of both shapes. Go and try numbers 5 and 6 on your own.